time to get real. It's RealTV. The paraglider makes a dangerous move. And he's about to go down. The clerk leaves her post for just a moment. And look what happens. A monster wall of water is about to barrel down on the fishing boat. Plus, the high-speed chase that only a dog could end. And the biker who's going to hitch a ride on a U-Haul truck. This is RealTV for Friday, February 18, 2000.
Today's top story shows us that paragliding can be one of the world's most graceful sports. But when an athlete must rely solely on the power of the wind, it can also be one of the most dangerous. In exclusive home video, we see Norwegian paraglider Tony Carlson in mid-flight when disaster strikes. In this replay, we see Tony's rig collapse. He falls directly into the canopy, then plunges to earth. The camera work is shaky, but when we stop the video and enhance the image, you see that just before Tony hits the hillside, the paraglider redeploys. His canopy catches just enough air to slow his fall. When he hits the ground, Tony lands on his back and his emergency chute backpack. This is what saves his life. Miraculously, Tony's only serious injury is a broken elbow. An incredible ending to a terrifying tale.
It's business as usual inside a popular burger joint in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But you won't believe what's going to happen outside. A drive-thru customer is about to take a bite out of company profits. The clerk working the drive-thru leaves her post and heads to the back of the restaurant, making the coast clear to commit a crime. The customer grabs the cash drawer and speeds off without anyone noticing. Seconds later, the clerk returns to the window to discover she's been completely cleaned out. The clerk runs to the back of the store and breaks the news to her supervisors. They're shocked to find more than $500 in cash gone. Thanks to this surveillance tape, the local news was able to broadcast the bold heist and help catch the suspect.
Canadians love their auto races. Tonight, they packed Delaware Speedway in Ontario for the high-speed event for modified cars. Keith McLeod's number 97 is just inches from the retaining wall and fender to fender with the white car. Suddenly, there's crunching contact. The billboards blasted to smithereens by the incredible impact, and there's no sign of movement from the driver. Finally, McLeod climbs from his wrecked car and shrugs off any help from the emergency crew. He's got one thing on his mind: getting even. Safety workers break up the shoving match, and McLeod lives to race another day. But he won't forget the night he did the do at 100 miles an hour.
On a day like this, most fishermen stay on land.
I hope I'm focused here because one hand is hanging on and the other one's hanging onto this camera.
Two crab fishermen are huddled inside the wheelhouse of the Amber Dawn.
This is what a guy has to contend with out here.
The waters off Kodiak, Alaska are angry, and the waves are crashing down on the Amber Dawn.
These are 30-footers there. It might even go a little bit higher than that.
For the crab boat and her crew, disaster is seconds away.
It's a good place to be when it's like this, in your own little domain, right there in your home.
The only thing that survived out of that wheelhouse besides myself and my brother-in-law was the tape.
Doug Thies is the fisherman, videotaping as a wall of water, 70 feet high, smashes through the wheelhouse of the Amber Dawn.
It came through with such force that it knocked out all of our electronics equipment. Wires are hanging down, going zzz, 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 zzz. We were pretty much in total darkness.
Doug and his brother-in-law summon help with a battery-operated CB radio and maneuver the damaged Amber Dawn back to Kodiak, where they salvage the boat and the tape.
The video camera was, well, it doesn't float. We found that out. We dried it out and stuck it in a VCR at home, and this is what you get.
Not uncommon to see it out.
Afterward, Doug gives up fishing, but he still has this tape that tells the tale better than any fisherman could.
You can love the sea, you can hate the sea, but most of all, you respect the sea.
It's a 100-mile chase to the border. Coming up, this is a job for the Canine Cop. And extreme biking to the max.
It's all one big rush.
Later, the illusionist stunt that explodes into a ball of flame. You'll never get bored watching RealTV. We'll be right back. You're watching RealTV.
Hi, I'm Kristen Eichel. We're about to go on a 100-mile chase to the border. If the suspect thinks he can make it across to freedom, he'd better think again. He's got a nasty surprise waiting for him on one wild chase. He's making a run for the border. A bank robbery suspect is determined to make it to Mexico, where California cops can't follow. A few more miles, a few more minutes, and he's there. But the California Highway Patrol has another plan, a spike strip. It's just out of range of a news camera. The strip does its job. Can he make the last mile with 2 blown tires? Just a few hundred yards from the crossing, his luck runs out. The suspect hits the median. As a news helicopter hovers, he gives up his weapon. And the canine moves in. Please pull the car off my foot. The suspect's foot is caught between the car and the curb. Minutes later, his foot is free, but he's not. He's headed straight into the back seat of a patrol car. The suspect is later found not guilty by reason of insanity. He's sent to get the help he needs after a chase that ends just north of the border.
In Kishiwada, Japan, the Danjiri Festival is in full swing. In this 300-year-old celebration, many shrines are raced through the streets by teams of hyped-up young men. But this one shrine hangs it too wide in a corner, and now has something to pray for. The collision knocks some float riders to the ground and takes down a power pole. The mishap leaves a couple of men slightly injured and puts a halt to the parade. Although there have been accidents before, some celebrants say they don't remember seeing one quite like this.
All one big rush.
Paul Fernandez is a whiz on a two-wheeler, pulling off stunts on his BMX bike that most of us can't even imagine. Here, he launches from a 6-story rooftop. it doesn't always go exactly according to plan.
Pretty much broken several bones. Last time I counted was about 20. Fingers, elbow, shoulder, collarbone, toes, ankle.
Paul uses trucks to tow him on a lot of his jumps. It gives him that extra lift.
BMX jumping has been limited to pedal power. I get towed into 80% of my jumps, and I just push it to a whole different level.
Like this jump in Las Vegas. He hit 60 miles an hour and lands a 75-foot jump, tripling the world record. Paul's stunts are amazing, but he says he's only scratched the surface.
You haven't seen nothing yet because I got some stuff coming up this year that's going to blow your mind.
So stay tuned to RealTV. It's harmless party string at a kid's party. Coming up. Harmless, that is, until it touches the flames of the birthday candles. And we found a tape of Leo DiCaprio years before he became a movie star.
Baby has strong muscles.
Plus, look what they found in the sewer. Don't go away. You're watching RealTV.
Hi, I'm John Daly. Strange things happen when people get together for a party. Sometimes things get out of hand. Here are some examples caught on tape. Backyard parties. Home video cameras. Great RealTV. A garage band plays a birthday bash in Orangeville, Illinois. The party's rocking and the camera's rolling. Darkness makes it difficult to see, but Jody the Rock Benyon is about to do something incredibly foolish. He will fill his mouth with lighter fluid, then blow onto a cigarette lighter. Not the brightest idea. Jody becomes a human flamethrower, then a human torch when the dripping lighter fluid ignites his face. Jody finally smothers the fire with the help of his friends. In slow motion, you can see flames quickly cover Jody's face. He's a lucky man. His injuries are minor. Another party, another dangerous stunt. This home video comes to RealTV from Frank Puff of Rochester, New York. Frank is a professional magician. On this night, he performs a stunt called Trial by Fire. Two female assistants are handcuffed and chained to a wooden board that is soaked with gasoline. Frank must escape from a locked bag and release the girls before a lit fuse ignites gunpowder at the base of the board. Everything goes well until Frank sees that the fuse is burning too quickly. An assistant rushes to stop the stunt, but too much time has passed. The assistant is shaken, but fortunately escapes with only minor burns. A father is shooting home video of his son's party. Michael is 6 years old and about to celebrate his birthday by blowing out a few candles. But what happens next is definitely not part of his wish. When we watch it again, we see a boy spray aerosol party string as Michael blows out the candles. The spray ignites when it touches the candle's flames. A frightening moment, but a lucky one. Michael's hair is a little singed, but he escapes serious injury. 3 explosive moments. 3 lucky people. All captured on home video.
Look closely at this scene. It seems like a quiet street corner. Nothing unusual or threatening. That is, until you look a little closer. You're looking at the front end of a 250-pound, 9-foot-long alligator. One false step off this curb could mean the difference between life and death. A little boy discovered the beast in a storm drain in St. Petersburg, Florida. He ran home and told his grandmother. She called 911. Now the thing in the drain is the talk of the town. A second call goes out for this man, Joe Borelli Sr. and son, Joe Jr., alligator trappers by trade. Florida's answer to Crocodile Dundee. This alligator crawled up a drainage tunnel from the nearby beaches. But for him, it's the end of the line. Joe Sr. gets a hook on his prey. A crew of firefighters shows up to add some muscle. Joe Jr. jumps in the hole to wrestle that gator out of there. It's tricky business, but he gets it by the tail. After that, it's a tug of war, with the humans coming out on top. You can bet this gator isn't too happy, but Joe Jr. isn't finished. First, he blinds him. Then, he steps on his snout. Then, he wraps him up like a Christmas present. Normally, Joe Jr. would pick up the gator and toss him in the back of his truck. But this is a big one. So he finishes the job with a power winch.
It's always a good feeling when we remove a large alligator like that out of an area like that.
Well, they told me where the alligator was, and I had to go and look for him. You know, you play it by ear.
And so the curbside is safe once again. But it'll be a while before anyone walks past this storm drain without looking twice.
Recognize the kid in the middle? It's a baby-faced young Leonardo DiCaprio, the unsinkable star of the just-released hit The Beach, before he became a heartthrob. RealTV uncovered this tape of a 1990 play at Marshall High School in Los Angeles.
Baby has strong muscles. Here, Daddy, catch.
This is Leo's only scene. Why the small part for the big star?
Oh, baby has strong muscles like
Well, even at 16, Leo already had a role in TV's Growing Pains,
Whoa, strong.
leaving him little time for school projects.
Hello, Potbelly.
Despite all the drama, Leo still found time to be the light of the party.
All he's going to do is trick again.
RealTV also found this home video of Leo, apparently practicing a science project at his dad's party.
Great, my battery's dying.
All it takes is a little huffing and puffing and a match.
Is that beautiful or what? Wow, that's really great.
It's a hit, a sign of things to come for the talented teenager who likes to be center stage.
Be here Monday for RealTV. We've got the tape of the angry leopard who goes after the handlers. Plus, the cat who gets between the legs of the officer. That's Monday. 2-year-old Edward Gulliver of Melbourne, Australia has a big problem. He's got one of his little fingers stuck in a drain plug. It happened at school, and his teacher has tried everything to get him free.
We tried with oil, detergent, ice, and nothing happened.
Since that didn't work, they call in the fire department. But they can't help. Then they call a special fire rescue crew. And they can't free Edward either. So they bring in a specialist, a plumber. By now, Edward is exhausted. His little finger is so swollen, they have to cut the plug out of the pipe with Edward's hand still in it. From there, they take him to the hospital where they perform a somewhat unorthodox surgical procedure. They put his hand in a vise, grab a hacksaw, and start cutting. Thankfully, it works. After a few hours of frustration, Edward is finally free and goes home with his mom. If you have a tape you think we should see, give us a call toll-free at 1-888-REAL-TV1. Or on the web, you can find us at realtv1.com.
Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time. And as we leave you, here's one more look at some of the great video you saw this week on RealTV.